Okay? Might as well just, they got about a 4 million company. You know?
That's a private
They're
sector.
managers. They don't even, you don't get face-to-face in orders, the email. Commanders email down to their subordinates, and their subordinates emails here and emails. So you don't even get face-to-face to get an ass chewing. Email. You can't get the intent of the commander unless you're looking at them in the eyes. You know, I'm lucky you can turn on the phone now. You know, I had to have my granddaughter show me how to turn it on. I'm on the old number 2 pencil and a Lego pad, doing all my lot plans and stuff. The main thing we need to do is we need to stick together. Groups like this, they're all over, okay? We're Americans, and we're proud to be Americans. I shed blood on 7 continents in this world. Well, my life, that's just a little bit. It's a little bit. My life is just a little piece of America. You know, but you know, Vietnam, people didn't understand, you know. A young kid like I was, that was battling hard. You know, we fought. I tell you, the first time I got in a firefight, I was scared to death. I did not know what I got into. I thought I was just going to run away from home and get rid of the prejudice and get rid of all the other stuff around. I just wanted to run away. Yeah, I ran away and I jumped right into a firing pan and into a fire. You know, one firefight cured it. And then after that, I went from 173rd to Infantry Company, went to Recon Company, I went to Alert Company, I went to Ranger Company, and then I went to SF. And then I did that in combat, and then I came home into the schools. Then I went back over. You know, I've taught, I got a little over 17,000 skydives. I retired as the first warrant officer company commander in the United States Army Special Operations Halo School. And I helped write the document and for the combat Halo. Stuff that we was doing in Afghanistan and what we was doing in Iraq, what I was doing in Nicaragua, El Salvador, Panama, when we went and busted and nailed Pablo Escobar. You know, I was on the snowcat missions chasing the bad guys. The DEA sit back in air-conditioned hotels, and once we got them, they come and flew out there in a nice cleavage starch uniforms and stuff. We've been out there chasing them for months. When they come out there and they said, okay, we'll take it down. They load our cameras and come out and everything out. The DEA got this. Yeah, okay, we don't care. You know, so I did that. I got to serve, helped set up I was on the first anti-terrorist team in the history of this country. Before Delta and all that stuff. It was codenamed Blue Light. When the Muslim in 74, I believe it was, starting to forget years, it all runs together now. You know, because I don't get over 50, you know, I just add a number. So I'm 5018 now. It sounds better with the young ladies.
It's that if they can add.
Yeah, if they can add. That's what it is. If they can't add, then maybe go. You know, but we did that. Some of the document that we came up with in 74, 75 is still active today. Some of the training we've done. I still teach the pistols and stuff and the weapons and such and the tactics. I still do a lot of stuff with the SEAL teams and all the special ops guys, which is some good guys, you know, but we get some lazy guys in there too. now we get on the military side, I'm really aggravated. Because how can I be in a foxhole? The American male, his responsibility, his number one responsibility is to provide and protect his family. So we're going to have a female in the foxhole, and then we're going to have males trying to protect her. And they're not going to do their job. I've seen it in different countries. I've seen it with me. And now we're getting gays, we're getting transvestites, we're getting all kinds of people in the military. Why? Because they're trying to destroy our military.
Right.
But they're building up Homeland Security.
Right.
Okay, who's in Homeland Security? You got 18 to 25-year-old kids. So I don't worry about them because I know I can outshoot them. Okay, so I don't worry about them. And I want to tell you something right now, and I'll say it to anybody. If I see one blue hat or one blue helmet in this country, I'm going to shoot the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to kill me. They've been trying for years. I'm not, and I will refuse to let anybody piss on my ancestors' graves that fought and signed an oath of allegiance to America so we could have this freedom. I will refuse to let anybody disgrace it. I don't care who they are. Because we are Americans. And I say it all the time. You know, my book's American Warrior. You know, the true story of a legendary ranger, but they left half the title out of it. I got a true story of a legendary ranger with a liar too. They left the liar too out. You know, I had a lot of fun writing the book because when David Fisher says, you know, they sign me a him, he is one liberal Manhattan writer. He's got 18 bestsellers. He's a good guy, but me and him we clashed. You know? So I told him, I said, don't talk to me. Go out and talk to these guys I serve with. Get the stories from them. Don't get them from me. Don't get them from me. Once you get it all together, come back to me and we'll put it in order. You know, so really, I didn't write the book. The guys I served with wrote the book. The guys that I served in combat with, the guys I served in SEER course, Carl Rowe, he wrote the book 5 Years of Freedom. He was a POW in Vietnam, and I was a POW in Nicaragua. And I was hung for 11 days. My hands tied behind my back. That's why my shoulder went out, and I was teaching sword fighting. You know, and I'm missing this Saturday. I dislocated my shoulder, and my bicep is down here now. You know, and I hate hospitals, man. You go to a hospital, all you see is death. Might as well go to a graveyard.
Especially with a bomb.
Yeah, especially with Obamacare. You know, there's some, I'll tell you what, man, that whole society up there, it's a society.
Yeah.
Okay, it's an evil society. We got some guys up there trying to change things, but 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 can't do it. They can't do it. We, the people, has got to demand it. If they don't do their job, we need to get them out of there. Colorado did. Get them out. The only way we can do that is educate the people and do it. That's why they're up there trying to get the guns away and everything else and pass all these laws. It's just like when Japan, they attacked Pearl Harbor. They said they would never attack American soil, the mainland, because they knew that there was a weapon behind every blade of grass.
Yes.
You know? Michigan. If you look at the weapons and the hunters in Michigan, there's more weapons and hunters in Michigan there is in our whole Army, Marines, Navy,
Amen.
That's right.
Militia.
Michigan militia.
Thank God you didn't.
people,
Start with here.
American people. That's why the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment was American people to bear arms to keep our politicians
In check.
in check. Through our education system, they have dwindled it. They have watered it down. They have watered our spirit down. They've taken God out. They've taken Pledge of Allegiance out. They've taken our pride away from us, trying to. But the only thing that's keeping the United States, the only thing that's keeping one world order out of the world is America. It's the only country that's keeping them in. They destroy this country here, we will have one world order. Okay? And they're working hard. Anybody heard about George Soros?
Yeah.
Man, Google him. He's the president of the Shadow Party. Okay? Has anybody looked at the assassination of Kennedy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, really looked behind the scenes? What was Kennedy going to do? He was going after the mob. He was going after the unions. He was going after NATO. He was going to take the World Bank out, and he was going to dissolve
Federal Reserve.
Federal Reserve.
So what they did?
Killed him.
The shadow parties. I'm a firm believer, man. The Democratic Party and the shadow parties will assassinate Kennedy. By just looking at the history. People don't read history.
No, they don't.
Probably one of the greatest generals we ever had was Patton.
Yes.
And he was a history buff.
Yes.
He knew Rommel. He read his books. He studied Alexander, Genghis Khan, all of them. The world history. Probably one of the greatest generals that's ever walked the earth here was Moses. You know, he's probably one of the greatest generals that ever walked was Moses.
Yes.
And we need to get our generals back. We need to get our commanders back. We have new guys, lieutenants and captains and majors that really want to be patriotism. They really want to be Americans. And they want to serve this country. But when you become up there in lieutenant colonels and up, okay, it's all politics. It's all about the EER, the NCOs, and the OERs. If you get a bad mark on OER, you don't get promoted. It's all about paperwork. It's not about performance. It's who you know, and keep it up. We got commanders that was over in Afghanistan, refused to go after the bad guys because he didn't want anybody to get killed on his watch because he was worried about getting promoted. And where did you ever have any commanders go into combat? We got 6 JAG lawyers telling them, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Our ROE, rules of engagement, the Cub Scouts have a better ROE than our American soldiers do in combat.
Amen.
You know? I've seen people die because of stupidity. Why in the hell are we on roads in the first place? Because there ain't no bad guys on the roads. Bad guys are out here in the desert. They're out there in the mountains. Go out there and get them. No, we got to drive up and down roads and spend all this defense, big money. Okay, a big defense machine. And it was started in Vietnam by who?
Politicians.
Democrats. Lyndon B. Johnson.
Don't be
Lady Bird Johnson owned pretty much everything that went to Vietnam. She had her hands in it. Look at our vice president, KBR. They did all the construction over there. We built buildings over there, we built everything over there, and nobody even used them. But the government spent all that money for them. They never even used them. Now they're bulldozing them down. You know, there's only one outfit that wastes more money than an American government does, and that's Hollywood.